They say that the past is a completely different world. I think about that sometime. Because what time is it currently? 2:36, 2:36 a.m. in the morning, and I am awake. How many of our ancestors can say that? Like, that they were awake at this time, in full light. Like, how many of them can say it? You know, we are living in such an unnatural time. Everything is man made. Like, I look around, everything around me is man made. This tiles is man made, this phone is man made, everything is man made. We are living in a complete unnatural world. I'm not complaining about it. No, I'm not. Like, I'm sitting in my bathroom and I can record a video. I think that's a marvel of human ingenuity. So I'm pretty impressed and I'm very easily impressed. So yeah, what I was trying what I was trying to say is that we live in such a different time where even our immediate parents, immediate early generation does not really understand the problem we are facing. Like, women face this problem a lot, right? Harassment, online harassment. How do you explain your mom about online harassment? She has not been online. She does not know what being online means. She does not understand that every time you upload a picture, there can be people commenting really disturbing things. I have seen that happen. And people stalking you. Yeah, so it's very difficult. Like, how would our fathers understand the concept of something like porn addiction, right? Well, I guess some boomers do suffer from porn addiction as well, so we are more alike than we think. But yeah, how would they understand? So times are changing so rapidly, so rapidly. Like, sometimes I think I can never really explain to my parents what I do. Like, they don't really understand what I do. Oftentimes even I don't understand fully, but yeah, it's such a huge gap. Some things remain the same, but things also change so much. I remember living in a small apartment when I was a kid. It was less than 1000 square feet, like something 800, 900 square feet. And there were so many people cramped up in that tight space. We had like 7, 8 people living there. And now our current home is, I think, 1300 to 1400 square feet. Most of it is empty. There's no people, no one's living there. So that sometimes makes me think that we are getting better, but at what cost? Yeah. I'm not exactly complaining. I do not take the way that I am living now for granted. I am living very luxuriously, like sitting in the toilet recording this while there's air conditioning, making this room cold as well. Like, I'm very impressed. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. Like, the past is a different world. We often feel like our parents know better. They don't. They don't understand a lot of things, and we will probably not understand all of the things of our kids. We might not understand their problems. They might have different problems that than what we have currently. You never know. Like, everyone thinks that they live in the time where they have kind of understood everything. They have not. They have not. Things are always changing. The only thing that's constant is change. Change will happen, no matter you like it or not. So we should learn from history. Just because it was a different time doesn't mean we shouldn't learn from it. But also at the same time, we need to acknowledge this crazy fact that things change so fast, so rapidly. Like, I remember when I was in school and college and university, like, the teachers, the I'd say the students as well, like, everyone used to mock me for my handwriting. It was really shit. Like, I could barely read them, and it didn't matter. Like, I don't have a lot of money on my bank account, but all the money that I had came from typing on a fucking computer. I never had to write a single fucking thing down in my entire career. It hasn't been long, maybe I will need it in the future, but I don't see it. I honestly do not see me writing things down. Who does that anymore? Everything is computerized, everything is digitalized. Like, think about it. The people who make the laws have outlawed pornography, but they have done so theoretically because pornography is readily available, and sometimes you don't even need to use VPNs. Your ISPs just don't bother to flag them, and no one is really enforcing the laws. And the biggest thing is the people who made these laws do not understand how the internet works, like how people can access sites. And I do blame them. I do blame them, like these boomers, these old people in like high courts or supreme courts, or like in the parliament. Yes, they should be blamed. I do blame them for not keeping up to date with how the world is changing. They're not, and shame on them. But not just them, everyone, all the people who are currently in charge of the government, like say the top positions, most of them are like 60 years old, 50, 60 years old. Even the lowest you get like 40. So these people do not understand a lot of things. The problems that we have currently, like the current generation. And I wouldn't consider myself as like the new generation. I'm like at the point where I'm fading from that demography, like the 18 to 35 demography, right? These are the young generation, so to speak. So yeah, I'm still in that, but I'm just saying that we, like our institutions, our mentality, our people's mentality, our education system, none of these things have changed the way our society has changed and technology has changed. And we need this change. We need young people in these places. And for some reason, it's like very difficult. Not for some reason, I guess I know why it's difficult, because you get promoted based on your age, not based on your merit. Like, I can tell you for certain that a lot of the work can be done better by a 30-year-old than a 50-year-old, but that 50-year-old will be given like a higher position than the 30-year-old. And I don't think that's fair. I think an effective society needs to move quickly, and we need to get rid of all these boomers. We need to like put young people in charge. We need to put people who actually can do things in charge. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Bye bye. Thanks for listening to my mid, it's not midnight, late night, I guess, like 2:47 a.m rant. Bye bye.